That seems to be the story of your life.
It really is, yeah. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
That's Ray Anderson there, Winter and Summer Paralympian, chatting to us on LeisureLink.
You're listening to Vision Australia Radio in Adelaide on 1197 AM.
If you were listening last week to the program, we caught up with Sarah Benning, who was at the Special Olympics State Games for Victoria. That weekend is over. Let's find out how it went and speak to Sarah Benning again, the State Director. How are you going, Sarah?
I'm pretty good, thanks, Peter. Great to talk to you again.
And one of the stars of last weekend, Bradley Parrott, is on the line. How are you, Brad?
Good, thank you.
Congratulations. You had a pretty good weekend from what we hear.
Yes, I did. I had a great weekend. It was tiring, but it was good.
Now, you kind of started in the sport of bocce?
Oh, yes, I did. I got a first for singles and a second for doubles and a fourth ribbon for teams.
Were you happy with that performance?
Yes, I was. Very pleased. Yes, we tried our best. We did.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Tell us about how you got started playing bocce.
I used to do swimming and 10-man bowling, and then I heard about bocce, and it's so much better than other sports, I reckon, for me, because I had my left arm's had a stroke, so I can't use my left arm, so I do it all with my right arm.
For those that might know, do you want to kind of explain how the game works or what the, focus of the game is?
The ballina, which is a little white ball, gets rolled out first. Then you and the other people play, trying to roll the ball, throw the ball down towards the ballina. The closest one to the ballina gets the point. And I've got a stand here with different colours. Red, blue, what other colour? Red and blue. And that stand, that sits behind the ballina so I can see where the ballina is. Okay. Because it's really hard to see the ballina.
Because you said because for people who might be aware, you've got a vision impairment as well?
Yes, I've only got 10% vision in the left eye. Nothing
how close do you get to the ballina?
Very close. I often got it right on the ballina this weekend.
What do you bowl on? The surface that you bowl on?
It's good. It's sand.
So I guess you got to work out how hard to throw.
Yes.
And I guess that comes with experience.
Yeah, just lots of practice.
Lots of practice. So can you knock the other player's ball out the way as well? Is that part of the tactics too?
Yes, that's part of the tactics, and that's what you got to do.
So is there an advantage in not being first? Is it best to be the last person to bowl, and how does that work out?
Well, it's just the best person on the day, really. You got to just try and knock the other ones out, balls out, and get yours right in the middle.
What's it like when you do well?
Very happy and you feel like you achieved something. And then standing up on the steps there, it feels really good when you get medals presentation.
Now, you've done okay with this in the past, haven't you? Because you've got a trip coming up later on this year, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I'm going to Nationals again. I went there 4 years ago, and I can't remember what I got then. I think it was 2 silvers and a bronze.
Fantastic.
They were in Tasmania. No, Adelaide, sorry.
Adelaide. You came to Adelaide?
Yes, and I'm going to Tassie in October.
Adelaide's the best city in the world. I guess you know that.
You're from there, aren't you?
You're too clever. Hey, so have you been to any other states with the Special Olympics? Have you done any other travels?
No, I haven't.
All right. So Adelaide 4 years ago and Launceston later on this year. And I guess, you've always got a chance to go even to other places with the sport, haven't you?
Yes, World Games. I would love to go to World Games next.
They're on next year, aren't they?
Yeah, next year in Berlin.
Next year, yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Thanks,
Sarah, we spoke to you last week and the games are sort of half over. Tell us how the weekend went overall. We've spoken about Brad and how well he went at bocce.
Yeah, we had a great weekend. So we had the opening ceremony, as we spoke about last week, with the LET torch run, and it was great having everyone in the stadium again for the opening ceremony and lighting the cauldron. And then on Saturday, we had bocce singles and the swimming that took place at Carey Grammar, which was great. That was an action-packed day, so many athletes, so many events, but we finished slightly early, which is always good. And then on Sunday, we had the bocce pairs and the bocce teams events. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun for everyone.
What about as far as the swimming went? Anyone that stood out that's worth a mention or sort of all did well?
Yeah, look, everyone did well, and it was great to see some of our athletes from our regional clubs come along. I know there were people from Barwon there and Echuca. I remember some Echuca people and Ovens and Murray, and it's so great that our country clubs could come along to this big event in the city as well.
Now, as we spoke about last week, these were the first games for quite some time, so I'm sure there would have been a little bit of nervousness about how they were going to go, but by the same token, a lot of excitement.
Absolutely. I think everyone was really happy to be back playing sport again. Would you say, Brad?
Yes, I was going to say that too. Everyone was glad to be back because we had 2 years not playing sport at all.
So I guess you would have caught up with some friends, people that perhaps hadn't seen for a while, Brad.
Yes, it was great to see people that I hadn't seen.
So, Sarah, again, when we spoke last week, these were kind of instalment one of the games. There's more games later on this month?
Absolutely. So we're going to the city of Casey later in the month on the 23rd and the 24th of April. We've got some more events. So we've got our athletics competition, our basketball, our 10-pin bowling. We're doing an exhibition of cricket. We've got some football, and by football I mean soccer. We've got tennis, and gymnastics is taking place in Geelong.
Brad, are you taking part in any of that, or you specialise in bocce?
I specialise in bocce, but I've been told that they would like us to come down to there, but I don't know if I can yet.
So we've invited our entire Team Victoria that are going to national games to the Casey event, so we can get them all together and show everyone in the crowd that the wonderful 200-odd athletes that we've got going.
Are there 200 athletes from Victoria going?
Yeah, between 200 and 250. We've got a really big team.
Gee, that's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I guess, at the end of the day, when all the states get together, there's going to be quite a crowd. I remember going to the opening ceremony in Adelaide. I reckon it might have been 2010, perhaps. They were held at the netball stadium here. That was a wonderful event. And obviously, being in Adelaide, when the South Australian team came into the stadium, we all cheered just a little bit louder than we did for the rest of the states. But it was a great afternoon and evening, and the games were very, very successful. So I'm sure Tasmania will host you very, very well. Brad, you, as we mentioned, are a young lad with a vision impairment. You received some services from Vision Australia?
Yes, I do. I get O&M, which is mobility around finding your way around the place.
Yeah. And
I have a white cane, and also I get help from them with my computers and technology problems.
What do you use technology-wise? What computers do you use?
Well, with my laptop and my iPad. My laptop's for Zooming, for like this type of thing, Zooms, meetings and all that, and emails and all that.
Do you use VoiceOver?
I use it for my course too, sorry.
Do you use VoiceOver with your iPad?
Yes, Zoom Text.
And Zoom Text, so magnification?
Yes.
And you say you're doing a course?
Certificate 1 in Transition Education.
Oh, tremendous. Oh, well done. What would you like to do?
Going on to Cert 2 in June.
What would you like to do maybe after all that? Have you got some thoughts as to where that might take you?
No, not really. Open employment, if it works like that.
That'd be great, wouldn't it?
I would love to. I've never been in open employment, but I would love to. And I'm going to start work on the 19th of this month at Nebraska in Nullawalling.
And what will you be doing there?
Packaging, assembling things. There's going to be power boards, checking if they're faulty or not.
Okay.
Some mail out. There was some different packaging assembling. I don't know what kind. And that's all I know for now.
So is that a new job?
It is. Because my old job at Connecting to Australia closed down because they ran out of money.
Oh, you've done very well to get another job in this environment, Brad. That's a tremendous achievement.
Yes.
So congratulations on that, because it's very, very hard for anyone to get a job. So you've beaten the odds by doing that. So the 19th of April starts. That's just after Easter.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So have a few Easter eggs and then go to work to work it all off. Well, what about as far as your bocce goes? How much training do you do and where do you do it?
I do it once a week at the moment in Roval at the Italian club, bocce club, and coming up to the games we had to do it every week. And I think I'm going there tomorrow to do it again, practice, and then we'll have a couple of weeks off over Easter.
Now, I guess you talked about the Italian clubs. I think, is that where the sport originated from, Italy?
Yes.
So obviously a bit of a connection there. Sarah, I guess Brad's a great example of the sort of opportunities that are available to people who join Special Olympics. He's going to have been to a couple of state games, opportunity maybe to go overseas, and I guess indirectly it's probably helped as far as finding employment goes. So I guess it's one of the things that Special Olympics can help with, not just the sport at the time, but sort of outside the sport itself as well.
Absolutely. And Brad didn't mention that he's also part of our athlete leadership program. So we have a leadership program that is run in all the different states, but the Victorian one is one of the biggest and the best at Special Olympics. So we help people, we pair them up with mentors, and we help them develop their presentation skills, their public speaking skills, I guess their confidence out in the big wide world. And Brad's also a great example of athletes that have transitioned from one sport to another. So as their abilities may change over the years, Brad started off as a swimmer and then a 10-pin bowling player, and the use of his arm has meant that bocce's ended up being a really good sport for him. But it just shows that just because you take up one sport at a time in your life doesn't mean you can't try something different down the line.
And one of the great things about Special Olympics, as you've touched on, is the opportunities at different type of sports. And if there's not one that you like, you can go to the next one, and hopefully, as Brad has done, find one that you really love and are good at. Brad, tell us a bit more about the leadership program. What sort of things have you done with it, and how much have you enjoyed that?
Oh, I've really enjoyed it. We went to the MCG for a function. It was all people coming in, corporate lunch, and they all put in money for us to go to national games, and we raised over $40,000 there because they had raffles, they had auctions, and I was on the front door welcoming people.
Oh, tremendous. What was that like at the MCG? Have you been there before?
Been to the MCG watching footy, but not for the corporate lunch things.
Was it a pretty good lunch?
Yes, it was. Lovely lunch.
It was a nice fancy lunch with a great view out over the stadium. I think we're in the Olympians room.
Yeah.
And it's pretty great atmosphere.
Who do you follow in the footy, Brad?
Go to Hawks.
Oh, okay. Well, they've started okay.
Yes.
Couple of wins, a bit surprising, new coach, but they seem to be playing all right.
They need to get back out there when we're in.
Yeah, I won't tell you who I back for.
Oh, I can guess Adelaide.
No. Oh, don't swear on my program.
Sorry.
No, I'm back for Port Adelaide, but you gave us the touch-up a couple of weeks ago, so...
Yes.
Good luck to you on that. Well, you had the best player that's probably played footy in the last 20 years, Sean Burgoyne, for a while.
Yeah.
So that's why your team is so good. But he's back with us now, so I'm sure we'll go from strength to strength. Brad, congratulations, well done. It's lovely to have chatted to you, and thank you for sharing a bit of your story. It's obviously a very positive one, and it shows the strength and the places that Special Olympics can take you. And also, if you have the opportunity, you make the most of. That's certainly something that you've done. So thank you and well done.
And I'd just like to say quickly that if anyone is interested in Special Olympics, they should join up and get online and go to Special Olympics and come and join. We'd love to have them.
It's a great message. And, of course, we're going around Australia on the Vision Australia radio network. So it doesn't matter where you live, there's probably a Special Olympics not very far from where you live, because you're in every state, aren't you, Sarah? So there's a chance
Everywhere
that...
except NT, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, maybe that'll happen one day as well.
Absolutely.
Brad, good to talk to you. Look, take care, and we wish you well.
Thank you.
Sarah, good luck, and we might catch up with you perhaps after the games on the 23rd and maybe speak to one of the athletes that comes out of those games as well, because it's been great to meet Brad.
Fantastic. We look forward to talking to you again. Thanks, Peter.
That's Sarah Venning, who's the State Director for Special Olympics in Victoria, and one of the stars as far as bocce goes, Bradley Parad. On the Vision Australia network.